Hey guys, Alex here, and today I'll be looking at Claude Code. I finally got an invitation for the beta, and I thought I'd give it a go. This has been doing the rounds on my YouTube feed, and it looks very promising. It's important to know that it's still in beta, and so can be very buggy and risky. But all you need to install Claude Code is any operating system, and most up-to-date Node.js and Git. And I've gone for the optional RG package for that, faster file read as well. At this current time, it is an invite-only app. So you have to complete the form to get onto the waitlist, and hopefully you'll get access. Once you've installed all the prerequisites, you can then use npm install. And then, or Anthropic-AI/Claude Code. I just copied it for easier input, and it will just install the application right there on the computer. You cd into your Git project directory. I've got a project open at the moment that I'm working on, and you just run Claude. As simple as that. And then it will give you a bunch of theme options. We went for dark text that looked the nicest, and there you have it. Claude Codes requests a quick authorization to start building. And we went through the documentation and saw some good examples, some common tasks, first of which is summarizing the project. So after we accept all the terms and conditions and accept all the security and research notes and all the data requirements, and you just enable the trust, this folder question, you can start working on your Git's project. And so we start off with the easiest command, summarize this project, just the speed in which Claude 3.7 is running. And it's just reading through all those files, adding them to the cache, then analyzing them. And I'm just amazed at the speed in which it's able to summarize this whole project. And there it is. Warrior AI is a content generation platform for social media, creators and marketers, using React Superbase authentication at the moment. So it's pretty much very, very accurate. We use init command, which is basically a Claude-created MD file that is created. The Markdown file includes good coding practices, summarizes all the project's requirements, like what tech stack it currently uses. And this is very important to ensure that as it's building the rest of the application, using Claude Code, it will follow those best practices and not try and deviate too far. So we asked Claude to implement that, and we can actually see here the Claude MD file now exists inside of the repo, ready to be committed. And it has everything from code style requirements to the basic format of the project. So let's start looking at some of the deeper questions. And use Claude 3.7's deeper thinking questions, and we're going to ask how we should architect a subscription model into this existing application, which was the next step I was going to do on this app build. And the idea was to do that with Stripe API and then use Superbase to understand authenticated users that are subscribed versus non-subscribed. And I didn't include this in the prompt, but I was hoping it would give it free access tier with limit usage, and you'll see very shortly that it kind of just assumed that's what I wanted and did that anyway. So let's give them action. See if it architects a good plan for that. And the speeding, which is doing this, is quite impressive. It's running on the new Claude 3.7 model, which is supposedly better than Grok, O3 Mini, and Gemini for coding. So I've asked it to implement based on the architect response, and now it's going to run all these commands. It's asking for permission to run a bash command, so you can install the node package for Stripe. And then it's looking at all the files. It's already found the settings page, and it's probably going to add the subscription model to the settings page, which is already better than what I expected it to do. And yep, was going to let that run for a bit. And it is actually the option to select yes for the rest of the session if you want the Claude Code to just autonomously write this code without asking for your input, your validation, unless you need to input a bash command. That's when it will ask you for a yes or no. All right, so it's written the superscript code as well that it wants me to enter in. So I'll just quickly enter that into superscript. And it will create all those usage tables and those subscription tables to know who subscribed. And that the usage amounts per subscriber, based on their tier. That's really cool that I didn't need to prompt Claude to create this usage tracker, that it implemented itself. But it assumed that, which is quite impressive. To round it up, Claude Code created this whole new feature and even included Stripe checkout placeholders using the API in no time at all. So I'm just so utterly impressed by this. So the most important thing you can do as well is just check the costs while you're running this. You can see it only costs $2.45 to implement a whole new feature to my application. And the Claude 3.7 along with Claude Code is insane. Thank you guys for watching. See you in my next video.